Hello, MrkoVe here, and today I want to talk about the TV show Man in the High Castle, which is an original Amazon Prime show. It was one of their first and a flagship show for Amazon for their original programming. First season came out in 2015, and the fourth and final came out in 2019. Each season had 10 episodes, each running about 45 minutes to an hour. Amazon knew they had a good show in its hands, and they put a lot of money behind it, about 11 million per episode, and the world looks fantastic. This review will be mostly spoiler-free, other than explaining some of the basics of the show. The concept of the show is essentially, what if Japan and Germany had won World War II? What if Germany got to the bomb first, nuked Washington, and the world that takes place after that? The original book was written in 1962, and that's where we are in the show as well. Japan has taken over the western part of the United States and Germany the east. The Rockies are the neutral zone, separating the two sides. However, this is also a sci-fi show, so there's more going on here than just that. There are films circulating that show footage of the U.S. winning the war, and even people in the show shown with completely different lives. Someone called the Man in the High Castle is collecting these films, and they are considered treasonous, so it's very dangerous to have one of these films. The star of the show is Alexa Davalos, who plays Juliana Crane. She's an American on the West Coast who finds out about the films through her now dead sister. We also have a character, Joe Blake. He is from the East Coast and heads west to join the American resistance. We also see a lot from the leader of the Japanese San Francisco area police and also the trade minister there. San Fran and New York are the capitals for each region. And finally, we have Rufus Sewell as John Smith. He's an American who joined the Germans shortly after the U.S. was defeated and has been working up the ranks since then. The premise of the show by itself would make for a great TV show, in my opinion. Just seeing how the world would be if we had lost World War II is extremely interesting and well done. Add in some sci-fi stuff, and the show keeps you guessing throughout all 4 seasons. The acting by both the main character with Alexa Davalos and Rufus Sewell are very good, and they have most of the screen time between all of the characters. Other than creating some intrigue almost immediately with the films, I do think the show is slower paced to start, but it picks up as the show goes on. I think this is okay, though, as you are absorbing the new world that they're showing you in the beginning and getting used to that and keeping you interested until the plot picks up pace. The show feels complete and told its entire story in its 4 seasons without feeling rushed at the end. The world they've created is well done. It looks like the 60s, but certainly with a twist. Both sides of America look distinctly different. They also show a bit of Japan and Germany as well. So who should be watching this show? The most intriguing part of the show for me was certainly the what-if question of how the world would have looked if we would have lost World War II. So I think that should be the first question to ask yourself. Does that sound interesting? The sci-fi element adds quite a bit to the show and makes it a mystery as well as a drama. But seeing the world depicted in this way was still the main hook for me. So I'd side with alternate timeline being the main draw over the sci-fi. I saw a few episodes when it first came out and then got distracted. Restarted it last year and binged it for a few weeks. Ended up being one of my favorite shows of the past several years. So I highly recommend this show. It can still be seen on Amazon in its entirety. If any of those concepts sound interesting to you, I would definitely check it out. And that is it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.